In this video, I'm going to talk you through how to think about automating your business step by step. If you are a business owner, you've no doubt heard all the AI and automation hype by now, and it's got you thinking, how do I actually implement this stuff for me, my team, so I can build a better business, a more streamlined and efficient business? That's what we're going to cover. We've developed here at Natural in a 3-step framework. We call it AIR, which stands for Assess, Implement, and Refine. And that's what we teach with all of our clients. So any new client that we bring on board, we go through this process with them, and we build out an automation strategy roadmap. So I just wanted to go through this framework with you today. We're probably going to break this into 3 separate videos, one for each step. So the assess, implement, and refine. So today we'll focus on assessing your business, trying to figure out where you should start with AI and automation, what processes you should be looking at, and actually just how to even identify those processes in the first place, because it can be quite overwhelming if you don't really have a step-by-step guide on how to think about these things. So that's the goal of today's video. If that's you, stick around and we'll jump straight in. All right, so if we're thinking about how we're going to assess our business and where we should actually start thinking about how to implement automation and AI into it, we just need to start at a high level identifying what are the areas of the business that we currently have, the different functions. So let's just start there, super basic. So I'm going to just take the framework of a typical service-based business. So in most cases, we're going to have some form of marketing function to generate leads for the business. Then we're going to have a sales function, which the purpose there is to convert the leads that marketing generates into customers. Then we're going to have an onboarding function, which then goes into delivery of the service. Now, you could argue that onboarding is part of delivery, but I like to just break it out here because it's such an obvious single part of the overall business flow that actually makes for potentially an easy option to get started on, but we'll come back to that in a little bit. So we've got the delivery of the service, which is where you and your team are probably spending a lot of time at the minute. And then you've also got support. So how do we support our customers and make sure that they're successful into the future and they stay as customers or clients of ours? So there's probably multiple processes in each one of these functions that could be automated or could benefit from some automation or AI implementation. But it's really important that you figure out where the priority is. So I'm just to make this a little bit more concrete, I'm going to give an example of a client that I've been working with for around about 2 years now. They are a web design and SEO agency. They've got 800 clients. I think they've got a team of around 7 people. And when we first started doing this assess process with them, there was 2 key areas that they really needed to focus in on. One was delivery, because like I said, they had a bunch of customers, but what they didn't have, what they needed was better processes and automation to help them deliver faster to a higher standard for those customers so that they could add more customers to the business without necessarily having to scale the team. So delivery was one area that they needed to focus on. Support and onboarding, they had absolutely nailed. So we would mark those as green, not important to focus on right now. And then they also had a very small sales team that needed some assistance as well, needed assistance with follow-up, marketing automation in regards to email sequences, keeping people engaged, which could fall into marketing as well. So these were the important areas to focus on. But when we really drilled down into it, when I spent the time with them to go through where the real bottlenecks are, delivery was the one that we wanted to focus on first. So do this for your business, figure out what key functions you have and which ones are the ones that are important to focus on. And then we can color code them like this just so that we can highlight, hey, delivery is where we want to focus first. So now that we've done that, the next step was to then figure out, okay, well, how does delivery actually happen right now? What are each of the processes that happen as soon as a customer is onboarded? How do we deliver the service for those customers? And that's going to break down into different products. So what I'll do is I'll break this out into their SEO product, just for ease of an example here. SEO service, should I say. So they have an SEO service that they offer to clients. So there are a bunch of things that need to happen within this service to deliver it effectively and actually produce results for the clients. So there are things like keyword research, competitor analysis, content planning and strategy, content production. There's also other things that are in this service like Google My Business, profile optimization, citation building. You get the idea. So within this within the delivery of this SEO service, there is a lot of things that need to happen. There's a lot of sub processes that happen within that service to produce the output. So once you've actually bullet pointed out all the different processes that happen to deliver this service, the next thing is trying to figure out, okay, well, where do we prioritize starting there, right? I mean, we've analyzed the functions, we prioritized the function to start on. Now we've identified a service, because there was a web design service, there's an SEO service. The SEO service needs a little bit more focus than the web design service right now, so we start with the SEO service, and then we're going to drill down more here, and we're trying to figure out, okay, which one of these processes do we need to look at optimizing first? So the simplest way of thinking about this is just where are we spending the most time? What we're trying to do is we're trying to build a more efficient and optimized business. So where we're spending the most time is usually where we can get the most gains when it comes to using automation and AI. So if we think about these processes here, they're all extremely valuable to deliver the end service, but where the most time is being spent by far is on the content production, which is kind of like the end product, right? It's the blog posts, it's the articles, it's the content that's being produced, the service pages that are being put onto customer sites. It's all these different pages and all the content that's being produced by the team and being put on the site to deliver the outcome for the client. But because there's been so much time spent on content production, arguably, we could we could actually provide a better service and potentially get a better output if we spent a little bit more time on content planning and strategy, or doing more competitor analysis and keyword research, staying on top of all that stuff. But with these guys, is they couldn't do that because there was so much time being spent on content production that they did not have the time to regularly go back to these other processes and cycle through to see where improvements could be made for the customer. So that's where we started. That's what we wanted to do. We wanted to bring down the time that it took to produce content for their end customer so that they could spend time on more higher value tasks like strategy, analysis, and link building. So that's where we started. So hopefully you can see how we kind of drilled down and figured out where do we even start here? Because you can't do all of this at once. You can't do marketing, sales, onboarding, delivery, support. If you've got the resource, you might be able to do a couple of things from each area, or you could work on a couple of processes at once. But if you don't have the resource and you're trying to figure out where to start, I recommend going through this process, drilling down function first, then service or area of the function, and then bullet point all of the different processes involved in that function so that you can pinpoint where the most time is being spent and where has the biggest potential yield for automation and AI. Content production is an obvious place to start here, especially for an SEO service, because AI is one of the things that AI excels at, if done in the right way, is content production. You want to make sure that you're using the right custom GPTs so that the content that you're getting is highly focused for what you're trying to do. But that's when you get into the implementation stage, which we'll cover in the next video. So the next video we'll talk about implementation. So now that you've identified an area to start working on, how do we then think about implementation? Now that we've identified content production, what do we do next? So that's what we'll cover in the next video. So if you're interested in seeing that step-by-step process, then hit the subscribe button, drop me a like on the video as well if you found this one useful. I'm trying to produce a little bit more content to help business owners grapple with this new world of AI and automation, and just even how to think about it, because I know a lot of people have been coming to me, talking to me about how just they don't even know where to start, especially service-based small to medium-sized businesses. I've got a lot of people in my network that they just don't even know where to start. So I wanted to just do this series so that they can think about it step by step. And again, hopefully this is helpful. Let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next video talking about implementation. Thanks.